All right. So it's been a long time since I've done a video. I was a little bit thinner then. I had a lot of stuff going on back in the Barry Parsons days and people that I used to associate with. The videos that I uploaded quite a number of years ago, back in 2015. But I thought I would do another video. I think it's very important because, after all these years, a lot has happened since we last spoke. I don't mind me if I slur my words because, yes, I am still drinking. But it's become quite apparent to me that my life, when I did that first video, my life story in short, which went for 27 minutes, sort of, how do I say this? Encapsulated a time frame in which I was suffering, not only myself, my mother, and other people surrounding my mother, back in the early 2000s. In that first video, I went on to talk about how we'd moved from Victoria up to Queensland, and my mother, in that time had, went through a marriage, everything else. We left the Gold Coast, and we went forward into Brisbane. But while my mother at the same time was trying to run a children's entertainment business, I was introduced to a character by the name of Darren Rodney Taylor. Now, this had detrimental impact on my life, and it has shaped me into the person I am now today. The experience that not only my mother had and myself, thanks to the negligence of the Queensland Police, and we now know that pedophilia and that sort of stuff goes to the fucking highest order. If we want to go there, if you want to talk about that, there's no skin off my nose. I don't mind at all. And I'll say this, and I'll tell you why, because I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care about if I'm going to upset someone or get their nose out of joint. I've had my nose broken twice. And I tell you what, these fucking scums that allowed this to happen are still in power today. And if not, their friends and their colleagues and fucking constituents are fucking still in power today. Now, in saying that, I've had quite an interesting time since I left at Queensland. And I'm not going to tell any lies here. My mother and myself had a big falling out while I was in Victoria. I don't think antidepressants are necessarily a good thing, because if you can't feel anything, then what's the point? That's just a Band-Aid solution. But I went down there and, over 2 years ago, and tried to help Mum in Victoria after she left Queensland. And I think it's quite ironic that she wants to come back up here, because I think she is seeing the tyranny for exactly what it is in Victoria. Yes, I fucked up, but I took my old way of thinking down to Victoria and tried to employ that there, which was an epic fail on my behalf. I fucked up. Ended up getting myself locked up for drink driving, disqualified driving. Once again, never hurt anyone. but it is what it is. So what I'm trying to relay here is that in the shortest part, right, is it doesn't matter where you go and what you do. If you've got a monkey on your fucking back, which I've had for a long time through alcoholism, come on, get it together. Don't mind me. I am exempt from wearing a face mask or a covering. Anyway, I was trying to take a bit of a piss take there. The point I'm trying to make is that if you can't understand that we're all getting lied to, then you're missing the whole point. It's not about me. You know, my life is fucking just about meaningless. For those who are in power. But for those who are in the know, they've got a little bit of a better understanding of where I come from, why I speak the way I do, and the reasons behind why I do what I do. Now, this is important to understand because I don't expect to live here for a very long time. I don't. I'm actually surprised I'm still alive now. I thought they would have come and taken care of me. Honestly did. They haven't. I guess they're thinking that I'll just drink myself to death. Well, that's probably the best. That's on the cards, right? Anyhow, the change of tone. You know, I left Victoria because I could see that there was not only did I become homeless, but I could see never ending. Now, we're talking in the times of COVID, right? So for whoever's looking back on this video, you'll understand what I'm talking about. This never ending lockdown and these bureaucrats fucking playing politics in regards to COVID. Now, see, I was around prior to COVID, obviously. Right? I'm 33 years old. And the game that they are trying to play with the people, right, is just fucking disgraceful. So I did want to make a video on why I become an activist, right? And I think this is prevalent to the people that I've come across over the years, and I don't need to mention names because some of them are not with us anymore, and in quite unfortunate circumstances, to say the least. But what I will say is that the friend base that I have made and reached out to people, even though people think I'm a fucking obnoxious asshole, which I don't mind. Well, I do care what people think. I don't go out of my way to fucking upset people unless they are totally retarded. But the point is, I like the time that I spend with people who have of like minds, and you know, I wouldn't wear shirts like this for no reason. And if you look at my other video, my life story in short, on the same channel, you'll see I'm wearing a political shirt. Well, you know, I never thought that wearing a face mask would become politicized, which it has. And therefore, I've had to go out of my way to buy a shirt that says I'm exempt. Because how else are you going to get the fucking message through, right? So, in essence of everything I've said, which absolutely makes no sense, and because I can say anything right now and anyone will be fucking listening, right? The point is, the government, the police, and those who are in power have been lying to you for so long that even the lies now are accepted as truths. I've had that many people try and infiltrate my fucking life since the early 2000s because I'm a man of Christ. Not only that, but the point is, I've seen it time and time again. Not only with my mother's business, right? She used to run a business called Fairies Incorporated, in which at some stage in the early 2000s, she had 120 employees under her belt. Her business was infiltrated by people wishing to steer it in a certain direction. Now, one of them's dead, luckily for him. But I know. It was done deliberately. Not only to fuck with my mother's business, but to try and draw a wedge between my mother and myself. Now, I won't rest. I won't rest easy until such time those people are brought to justice. Now, if they are culpable or complicit in the lies, I may never find out. But they want to hope on their fucking deathbed that they've said hello to Jesus. Because I tell you what, that's your only sanctuary. That's your only sanctuary. Now, I don't know how much time I've got left in me, and I don't plan on living for a fucking long time. No, I can't do this till I'm 70 years old with this much information. Someone's going to kill me or fucking I'll die or whatever. But know this, it wasn't at my own hands. It was never at my own hands. I would never take my own life because I care about my mother too much, even though we have our differences. I will always do the best by people to the best of my knowledge. And I ain't going to fucking stop anytime soon. So God bless you. Look out for one another. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Over and out.